I'm Tom from Do It Yourself Home Automation, and this is a look at monitoring and changing soil fertility with the North Plant Sensor. So I've shown in other videos, this is a little $12 device. You can get it at Walmart, and you basically put it into the soil next to your plant in your smart garden, and you can use Bluetooth to monitor from within an app on your phone a lot of data about the plant's health. So in another video, I showed that you can actually monitor soil moisture, and indeed, when you water the plant, you actually see that number increase, and it's giving me a range there for moisture. I want to be 22 to 70, and I'm at 45, so I'm at a good level of moisture. But it's also got this soil fertility metric, and it's saying I'm at 208. It's red, so you can see I'm not in the target range for my plant. It's a tomato plant. I'm supposed to be at 350 to 2500. Soil fertility here is something that to me is a total mystery. I don't know how the device is actually able to monitor that. I don't know if it's accurate at all. Moisture seems pretty straightforward. It's got little contacts, little electrical contacts in the soil, and it can probably monitor how conductive the soil is. And as you add water, the soil should become more conductive. So that seems like a pretty straightforward thing to monitor. But again, soil fertility, I don't know what the scale is there, the 350 to 2500. I don't know how it's monitoring that, and I have no idea if it's actually accurate. So this is something I wanted to test out. And I increased the moisture by watering the plant. I did see the fertility level, as I showed in another video, go up a bit, but just adding water doesn't seem to increase the soil fertility into the target range. So I want to see if I actually add real fertilizer to the soil, will the sensor accurately detect that and tell me that the soil fertility has increased. So I've got some Miracle-Gro organic fertilizer mixed up here, as all good fertilizers do. It smells really bad. So here it is in the container, and here's the sensor in the plant itself, and you can see the screen of the app there. And I'm just going to go ahead and, what I would normally do to fertilize the tomato plant, I'm just going to pour this all around the base of the plant. And you can see pretty immediately I'm seeing a jump in the fertility level there. Which is pretty amazing. Again, I have no idea how the device is actually monitoring this, but adding the fertilizer to the soil actually is increasing that metric. And that makes me think that this is probably accurately determining whether my plant is well fertilized. And again, I didn't see anything like that jump when I just added water to the plant. It maybe jumped by 100 points or something, but nothing like this. So it seems to be accurately monitoring fertility level of the soil. I have no idea how it's actually doing that, but again, adding the real fertilizer, you saw an immediate jump in the level in the app. So this seems really helpful, and again, for $12, I can't believe this device is actually able to monitor all of these things. But I could take a look at soil fertility, and as that drops over time, I know when it's time to add fertilizer. And this is incredibly helpful in a lot of ways. For one thing, it would help me to actually keep this plant healthy. It would also help me to, make sure that I'm not overusing fertilizer, which again would save on cost, but would also save on runoff into streams and things around the area. So really a very helpful thing for a $12 device to be able to do. One thing I'm noticing here is that as I did add that fertilizer, the moisture has now jumped up to 100%. I'm not sure if something about the fertilizer is in the short term tricking the sensor for moisture, or it's just because I literally dumped a bunch of water over top of the sensor. So I'll take a look at that over time. But again, it does seem to be accurately picking up soil fertility, and I'll take a look at that metric over time and see if as the plant pulls that fertility into, or that fertilizer into its stem and starts to actually grow some of the tomatoes here, if that number drops. And that should give me a sense for when I need to fertilize again. If you found this helpful in any way, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps.